a day or two, right? It starts to get vinegary. And what happens is it's the air. The air is what changes the flavor of the wine and starts breaking down everything in the wine. And if you put a cork in it, that cork has holes in it, right? So the air is still getting inside. Take a look at this from Improvements. Brand new here. This is going to literally vacuum the air out of that wine so you can preserve it. So you can drink it now, in a couple of days, a week later, 2 weeks later. You have family coming over, friends coming over. You open that wine and you can be confident that it's going to taste as good as when you popped it open. On a Black Friday deal of $19.95, you choose between the red or the black. For you or for that person in your life who just loves wine, this is such a great gift. From Improvements, Deb Byers is good. Deb, you gonna come? Which side would you like to stand on, Deb? Come on. Yeah, smart choice. Deb, come on in here. Come on in. There we go. A little do-si-do here.
Well, this is amazing.
This is great. This is great.
We've been so excited about this because Ty is absolutely right. You're going to be having guests over, and maybe you've got that one person that likes to have a glass of red wine, and you give them that glass of red wine, and then you put the cork in, and you're absolutely right. It's not going to do anything for the wine except trap the air in the wine. And in a couple of days, when you go ahead and try to serve it, it's going to be vinegary and terrible. Or maybe you get one of those hand pumps that goes ahead and takes the air out, which is what you want to do once you've opened a bottle, but you never know if the air is getting back in there. Well, now you do with this fabulous wine vacuum that is actually smarter than anything to remove the air out of your wine to make it last. It depends on how you have the ambient temperature or the kind of wine. It can be up to roughly 7 days. That's been my experience. So now you've got a bottle of wine that you can enjoy day after day without having to throw it down the sink and worry about it. So why does it work? Okay, it's adorable. You have a choice of red or black. Okay. You're going to add 2 AAA batteries right here at the end. So you'll provide the batteries. They go right in there. And then you're simply going to put the cap back on, and that's it. Now, I've got a bottle of red wine here. We take the cork out. And by the way, it'll work on a bottle with a cork. It'll work on a screw cap. That's amazing. Okay. So it won't work on sparkling wines because we don't want to take the air out of the sparkling wine because that's the bubbles. That's the whole point. So all you need to do is put your little wine preserver right on top, and you do it firmly, and it'll fit. Oh. So now you've got 2 lights going. I didn't have to push anything other than putting it on top of the bottle. You've got a little blue indicator light that's got the battery that's telling you the strength of the battery. And then you've got a little moment here that's telling you that it's actually vacuuming out all the air from your wine. It'll take roughly a minute maximum. Then it'll shut off and all the air is out of it. But what makes this separate from anything else out there, Ty, is that if the pressure in the bottle rises to -45 PSI, it'll turn on again and take out the wine, the air. So if air should happen to get back in there, it turns itself on and takes it out. Really? Unbelievable. It's super smart.
That's the intelligent part, right? It's one thing, right, just to have a vacuum where you can pump, but this is the intelligent part, and you can see. See, I love that we saw that. On the screen, you know exactly what's going on.
Exactly. So now we know that it's all good. So now, if air should get back in the bottle, it's going to turn itself on again. The other cool thing is that if you're pumping the air out, you're simply having it go, and you should happen to tilt the bottle about 45 degrees, that little blue light is going to turn red and shut down the pump because we don't want the wine to get into the vacuum mechanism. So it's smart enough to know exactly what's happening at all times. But the best part is you're creating longevity with your wine, and for the price of a bottle of wine, you're no longer going to have to throw wine away when someone only has a glass or 2.
Okay, so a gift for you to keep in your kitchen, to keep on your wine, but also a gift for someone who loves wine. We all have that person in our life who's a connoisseur of wine, who has that specific wine they just love, and you want to keep it fresh. This is a great gift. They may have never seen anything quite like this. For $19.95, this gift. Remember, you get extended holiday returns too. You have until the end of January to make any returns. If for some reason, I don't know, it wasn't the perfect gift, you can return it by the end of January. But right now, for the first time here on air, and we have a limited amount here. You choose red or black. It's a thoughtful gift. It's a little bit of kind of a high-tech gift, kind of that technology. But again, for me, when I have company coming over and I have that wine that maybe I opened a few days ago and I think, how's it gonna, I don't know.
Exactly.
You pour it and you're like, fingers crossed. This will ensure that you're serving great wine.
There's no question about it. And when it comes to you, there'll be a little cap at the bottom. That's just a dust cover, so you're going to take that off. Now remember, there's nothing to turn on. All you're going to do is put batteries in the battery compartment, and then you're going to be able to put it over any conventional wine bottle, any size. Now, we talked about the cork. Now I've got a screw cap, and it's great for white wine, red wine, rosé, whatever you want to go ahead and preserve. So I happen to drink white, and believe me, I'm not going to consume an entire bottle. I want to save my wine.
No, she will never admit to that.
I never would. Okay, so now all you do is put it on the bottle. So, and it fits securely. So now it's going ahead. You see the lights are going on. Remember, the one blue light is telling you the battery life, and the other is showing you that it's actually vacuuming the air out. So for white wine, for red wine, for rosé, because remember, when you open up a bottle of wine, the first thing that you want to do is let it breathe.
Right.
And that's
Correct.
when the air is a good thing. Even white wine needs to breathe a little bit. Well, after a certain point, when you want to go ahead and put the wine away, now the air is the enemy of the wine because it can turn it. So you want to be sure to take the air out. Now, there are pumps that you can use out there in the marketplace that take the air out. But remember, yours is a smart wine preserver, and should air get back in there, it's automatically going to turn on. So if you're sitting there watching TV and you hear it go, you know that maybe a little bit of air got in there. Don't worry, it's being taken care of. So all the air is out, the wine is going to be great, and you are going to be good to go.
Oh, that's a good sound. That is a good sound right there. Yeah, you can be confident that you're drinking good wine, you're serving good wine again, because if you have people over, people like different types of wine. Maybe you have a Cabernet and a Chardonnay, and you've got a Pinot Noir, and you're not going to be drinking all of those. Also, think about maybe picking up a couple. You're going to want one for each wine bottle there. Listen, we have extended holiday returns. It's a brand new item. I want you to get this home and give it a try, or a great gift for that person in your life that loves wine. At $19.95 right now, you just choose the red or the black. I love that I can hear it working.
Yes.
It's not something you put on there and go, I hope so. I can hear it working.
Well, absolutely, and you can see it. And by the way, we switched it to a smaller bottle of red. So you have the bigger bottles, the smaller bottles, and depending on how big or how small or how little wine is in there, it'll take roughly a minute, which is virtually no time at all. But you don't have to do anything but let it do its thing and be confident, just as Ty said, that when you're ready to serve it, you don't have to think that, oh, this tastes terrible, because you're serving your guest, you're not sipping the wine beforehand, and you want to hope that you're giving them something that they can enjoy. About the cost of a bottle of wine to save a bottle of wine for you, so it'll pay for itself in no time. No more throwing wine down the drain. Let everybody enjoy it with this great wine preserver.
No, that's a really good point. At $19.95, right, you're going to use it over and over. And if you do buy for the holidays a nicer bottle of wine, maybe this is the one time a year that you buy that $60 bottle,
exactly.
right? You want to make sure you're getting the most out of it and preserving it. And this is the way to do it, because it's the air, because we're trying to take the air out of there, vacuuming out. We're not just trapping the air on there with something, putting it. You're actually taking the air out. Look, get it home and give it a try. $19.95. I know, Deb, there's probably a lot of people shopping with us that only drink wine like during the holidays, socially. Maybe throughout, maybe throughout the year you don't, but now is a great time to make sure it's preserved, because you're going to be around those events, or maybe you're serving something, maybe you're having that wedding shower or something, and there's going to be extra bottles of wine left over. Make sure you're preserving that wine. There it is again.
I know.
So on the 350s and the 325s and the 375s and the 750s.
All sizes,
Okay.
all sizes. Red, white, rosé, no worries. You just simply put it there, and you're going to leave it there until it's time to go ahead and enjoy it. And then you are good to go. And remember, you can serve it with confidence because all the air is out of it. So it's a great gift for the fine wine connoisseur or just the casual wine enjoyer.
And look, don't you love when it comes in a nice little box already, so just pop a bow on it. It's a great gift. It's a really thoughtful gift. 876-613, first time. Have it on here. I thought you guys would love it, so I thought I'd bring it on here on my host faves. Deb, thanks for being here.
Cheers.
Cheers. Hey, you know what? Yeah, let's take a break so I can have a little a sip of something here. We'll be back in just